guys, thanks for joining us for another trip with Every Cast Counts. We're out here on Shearon Harris today. It's rainy today, but we're going to see if we can't catch some fish. We're going to try and throw some spinner baits. We're going to try and throw maybe a floating worm, a couple things like that, see if we can't get them to bite. A lot of times when it's raining like it is today, they'll come on up in the water column. If that won't work, we'll try a couple of other offshore tactics, typical summertime stuff, and we'll just see what we can come up with today, see if we can't catch a few fish for you. What we've done now, we've come out to a flat out in this area here, and we were fishing a channel. The flat's in about 10 to 12 foot of water, and the channel actually dropped down all the way 16 in some of the deepest parts of the channel. We were fishing that channel and found a little spot up taller on the flats, up a little higher on the flats, that they were actually schooling. So I put my trolling motor on high and ran over here to them real quick, and we started catching a few on the spoon. So we're going to see if we can't catch a few more for you and get some more footage of that. With this spoon, what I'm doing is up there where the fish were and they were breaking the surface, they're not doing that anymore. But I'm throwing this spoon up there where they were breaking and let it flutter down. It's a flutter spoon, it's a Strike King, and it'll go all the way down to the bottom, and I'll just kind of feel it once it hits the bottom. Then I'll kind of just pull it up off the bottom and let it flutter back down. And I just do that all the way to the boat. And I'm getting hit kind of when it comes up to the top and then starts fluttering back down. And that's when I'm getting my bites right now on the spoon. There's one. There's a good little Harris Lake spoon fish. What we've done is we've moved to another little spot on the lake. That's where a railroad trestle comes across. I'm fishing a shaky head on this trestle, and what I've got is a missile baits. It's the Warlock jig head, and it comes in 3 different sizes: 1/4 ounce, 3/16, and 1/8 ounce. It's got a pointy head, I'll show you here in just a second, and it comes through that rock and that cover really well. You can also get it in green pumpkin, and you can get it in black. It's available in both of those 2 colors. And what we'll do is, it's got a spring on it that I'll show you, and you just bend that down and thread your worm onto your spring, and then hook your hook. It's got a Gamakatsu hook on it, and you'll just put that right through your worm and leave the point exposed a little bit. Throw it out there, bring it through the cover, and catch some fish. This is the Warlock that I was telling you about a second ago. It's kind of got the boat hull design, and it points to the front. It allows it to come through that cover and that rock really, really well. It's got the spring on it right here, and I like it because it's not a real long spring. You can thread your worm on it, but it doesn't get in the way. But it's got a flat bottom design right there, and that helps it stand up, and that worm will just stick, especially if you get a floating worm, it'll stick straight up and just wiggle right there in the fish's face, and a lot of times that's how you can entice your bites. What I like to do is take that spring and push it down a little bit, get a little bit better angle like that, and what that allows the worm to do is sit a little bit straighter. All you'll do is you'll take your worm, thread it right on that screw head till you meet the head, like that. Then you'll take it, run your hook right through to where the point just barely comes out, just like that. And see how straight that is? It gives you a good natural presentation. There's one. Not a big one. The Missile Baits Warlock Jig Head. We're out here now on a little grass flat. It's about 8 to 10 foot deep. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Missile Baits Tomahawk. I've got it on a 4/0 Mustad hook, and it's got a 1/4 ounce bullet weight on it, the tungsten bullet weight. I'm going to throw it out there, and I'm going to pull it through some of the grass. And what I'm going to do is just kind of try and swim it, pull it up out of the grass, let it fall back in. Pull it out of the grass and let it fall back in. And what's going to happen with this Tomahawk from Missile Baits, it's got 2 tails on it, and that's going to give it a lot of action. And that's hopefully going to catch your fish's attention and see if we can't get a couple to eat that. The Tomahawk is a 8.75 inch worm. They've got it in plum, green pumpkin, superbug. They've got a bunch of really good colors. I'm going to try this plum today and see if that'll show up in this darker cloud cover. There's one. Another one on that Tomahawk Missile Baits. How I just caught that fish, we're out here on this grass flat, and I've just been kind of fan casting, pulling that worm through that grass. There's really not any specific area in the grass that does better than another that I've found, but you can just kind of cover water, throw it out here, pull it through grass. But the key is making sure your worm's in that grass and you can find the cover for the fish. Get the net, get the net. Coming up right there, coming up right there. No, you ain't ready to come up far yet. Yeah! Tomahawk Missile, baby! Hey guys, thanks for tuning in today. I wanted to do a short summary for you. Our most productive pattern, we're fishing a worm today in about 10-12 foot of water over some grass beds. And our secondary pattern, we found some schooling fish. What we were doing is throwing the flutter spoon down through, letting it go all the way to the bottom, pulling it back up, letting it fall back down, pulling it back up, letting it fall back down, and just kind of yo-yoing it. With the worm, what we were doing was just fan casting over that whole entire grass bed. And say you had your grass like this, you kind of pull the worm up over it, let it fall back down, up and down, kind of pulling it through the grass. We got a few bites today. We did catch one good one. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.